Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 6 of Let's Build Allure Hills. In this episode we are going to work or actually finish the exterior of the Explorer Club restaurant, which we started working on last episode, and we are going to finish that. All we needed to do actually on the exterior was 2 towers, but one on the above the gift shop and the other one above the restaurant. And some more work will be done later in this episode on the queue of the Mystic Meteorite itself, the outside part, and some work on the interior, which I find really interesting to show you guys. As mentioned in the previous episode, I didn't record anything. I cut a lot of things out. I don't even record anything, especially when it comes towards the roof of those towers, because there was a lot of trial and error, and as I explained, I redid a lot of it, and that might not always be that interesting to see, so I cut that out for you. So just be aware that you might miss some things here and there, so don't worry about that. So yeah, but basically, as I said, we are going to finish the exterior. Of course, the interior is still a big thing we need to do, and the gift shop will be finished this episode. But then in this area, all that is left is basically the dark ride itself, which I won't be recording. As I mentioned before in one of the episodes, I want to keep it a kind of a surprise. So all that's left is basically the interior of the restaurant, if we are going to do that, which I'm not really sure at the moment, and the car ride. But that one won't really be that interesting. It's a lot of flower work and a lot of things which I pulled from the workshop in sense of statues and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure, but there will definitely be an episode on the car ride, and if I'm going to build the interior for the restaurant, that will always be an episode for that. But yeah, that's basically all we have left in this area. And the western area, which we worked on in the beginning, is also pretty much finished. So that means we can move on to a new area, and that is and as exciting as that may sound, that's also quite a problem for me, because if you follow me on Twitter, you may have read this already, because I posted a couple of days ago that I'm having some struggles with starting a new area, or at least coming up with something that fits in the park and really matches what I want to do with this park. And because mostly what I've built so far, and you might have guessed this, and I said it I think in most of the videos, all of this is based or copied or like something of the Disney parks itself. So we've got now, of course, the Mystic Point area from Disney Hong Kong. We got the Splash Mountain-ish ride. We got the Buena Vista Street recreation. All those things come from Disney, and those are quite easy to make because it's, of course, a recreation. Now, the things that I want to continue in this park, like the Scandinavian area, the Mediterranean area that I've planned for this park, and the jungle-ish area, and all sorts of things, they're quite hard to do, because especially fitting them into the Disney style, because those themes aren't that common in Disney, maybe in Disney Epcot, but that's basically it. So yeah, it's really hard for me to try to figure out how it works. And what I mentioned on my Twitter as well is that the park layout which I have so far isn't really working that well either, in the sense that it's a very weird kind of layout, and the way it is right now is very similar to the California Adventure layout, but that works because it serves in different themes. But most of all the Disney parks and all the parks that I really look up to, like Universal Studios and Busch Gardens and stuff like that, they really blend in towards each other, and they don't really have like the something like the Efteling has, that lots of nature between the areas, and that's something I wanted to do, but because it works in the Efteling, because there isn't really any specific themed areas or something. If you've been there, which I have been doing a lot lately and all over my year actually, is that because I live close to it, if you didn't know, but that's some stupid information. Anyway, what I wanted to say is it works for them because they don't really have a theme around the entire area or park. So it works for them that in the sense that it's really spread out, and that's kind of the magic behind the Efteling itself, while Disney has its magic because it's very close in together and all the themes blend in over each other. And if you're walking in Fantasyland, you don't really see anything from for example Tomorrowland, but if you're walking into Tomorrowland, it's a natural blend, and that's something I'm missing so far, and I can't really get that feel or anything. And I also am having some troubles coming up with good looking, or at least for me good looking themes. In a sense, I have a really good idea of what I want to do or what I want to do with the areas, but they don't really work out the way I want them to. So yeah, that's kind of a problem I'm having right now. So what I'm and I said this on Twitter as well, especially after some comments from like Commander Center and Mineral Junction and all of those amazing people who said that they agreed that it might be better to do some side projects. And I'm really excited for them because I have a lot of ideas which don't really fit in this park, like some really big coasters or anything like that. So what I might try to do is combine all of those things. That I will try to start some side projects, some coasters, maybe some standalone buildings or anything like that. And whenever I'm feeling it or I'm having a good idea for Allure Hills, I will build that, make an episode out of it. And in the meantime, and that could take weeks, months, maybe even a year before I get a good idea again for this park or making it able to work. So... and I will release episodes, and in the meantime I will get other projects done. So that's what I probably think I'm going to do. So I will have multiple projects running in this on my channel, which I always intended to do, but I didn't really start anything. I haven't even started a new project, to be fair. So it might take some time for anything new to pop up on this channel. So just be warned for that. But what I try to say is that there is a new project coming, or multiple new projects, and Allure Hills might be less of a priority for me. So it might upload less in the future. But I need to figure it out, really. And maybe I have some... I start and do one episode of a new project, and then I have a great idea, and I will do another 15 or of this park before I start actually going on to the new project that I started. So it really is some trial and error, and I'm having a lot of ideas, and I just need to work them out properly in my head and on paper and in the game. You know, you get the idea. So, sorry. It's very hot. It's tearing me up. Sorry. Anyway, but yeah, that's basically what's going on in my head right now, and I'm not really feeling Allure Hills at the moment. So it might be a bit less of my priority, and some new project might be. So, but to make everyone feel okay, Allure Hills is far from that. It's definitely going to be continued, but I'm not really sure when or how or. So yeah, I will keep you posted on that, of course, and I will try to keep up some episodes every now and then, of course, because in the areas we have so far, and especially on the main street, there's still a lot to do. So if I have good ideas for that, I will definitely finish them and record what I built. So yeah, that's what I wanted to get out, and the birds were really angry about it. But yeah, that's basically it. So let's talk a little bit about what I'm doing right now, and that's basically the interior for the archive shop, as I named this gift shop, which is very fitting. And basically I stole the name from the real gift shop in Mystic Point, but hey, that doesn't matter. Who are you blaming? Anyway, it's not really much. I use some techniques that I have seen a lot of people do, like Atho, I think Shy Guys did it as well, and some more people I can't really name because I forgot them. Sorry. I'll give you credit when I can remember it. But they did some amazing interiors, and especially on the gift shops, and I really got inspired by those and by those gift shops or those interiors. So I tried to copy it a little bit. For example, these boxes with this time shelves in, and I will later add like swords and everything. That was an idea from, I believe, CTR Sint or Ryan, or however you know him. And he's basically a player. He is really into the details and gets some really creative ideas out there. So be sure to check him out if you haven't already, or if you don't know. That's just some small ideas that I copied or took or got inspired by. So what you see in this interior is basically a copy of all the things that I've seen throughout what people did in this game, because interiors are very limited, but the ones that are out there and I'm known with are really cool. And I did some look on the real interior, and like before, for example, these how shall I call them? These parts are just these small closets are really just something that are in the real gift shop as well. So I tried to make them as good as possible. So we've got some clothes and stuff like that. Not really much, because we don't really have any interior pieces in game. So we have to be really creative with them, and that's not a problem, of course. It's really fun to try everything out, but it can be a bit difficult at times, and that's what I'm trying to do here, or at least try to come up with something good. So so you see me working on that some more, and the same technique will be used over and over again for these closets. So it's not really much. I've changed some things later on off camera, because I saw some work. For example, later on the episode, I will start working on a chimney or something similar to it, but it turned out way too big, and then I came across something on the workshop which was supposed to be like a chimney, and it was really small and really cute, and I thought that would fit much better. So I later on added that, and but you will see that in the finished version of it in the cinematic shots at the end of the video, of course. But that's basically all the time I'm having right now. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and to catch all of it, new projects, maybe Allure Hills itself. So be sure to follow that or to keep a close look at it. And also be sure to follow me on Twitter to catch all the latest information. For example, when I'm having some difficulties or want to pitch some ideas, and of course to catch all the teasers that I'm going to post. Some information in advance, and I'm going to repeat this in coming episodes as well, that I will be going on a vacation during most of July. I had plans to make schedule videos releases, but I'm not really sure if that's going to work out in the end, because with new projects and stuff like that, I'm not really sure if that's going to work out, but I will try to do my best to get some videos out during that time I'm gone, but I will figure that out, and I will keep you posted on that in the coming videos and on Twitter. So be sure to check that out. And if you want to get some pictures from my trip to South Africa, be sure to follow me as well, because I will spam the whole Twitter page with some stuff, with some photos from my trip. I'm really excited about it. So I will spam the hell out of you if you follow me, of course. Anyway, like I said, a long time ago, this is all the time I'm having right now for this episode, for this commentary. There's still some few minutes left for the time lapse, and then of course the closing cinematic shots. So stay around for that. If you enjoyed this video, again, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, check out Shy Guys Worlds for more pictures and information. And I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.